Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel again. In this particular video we're gonna cover about the chapter 1 of this book, and this book name is Hands-on Machine Learning with Scikit-learn, Keras and TensorFlow. If you don't know about if you are new here and if you are thinking that I haven't covered chapter 1 and why I'm moving to chapter 2, so you're missing chapter 1, go and you can click the description below and you can find the link of the particular. I have a playlist where I'm trying to cover the whole chapter wise series of this particular book. So yes, you can go to the description and get the link there. So without wasting time, let's see the chapter 2. If you want to understand chapter 2, you have to understand the whole book first of all. It's the basic concept of the chapter 2. But what they have done is, in the first chapter they have given some basic terminologies in order to understand you the basic understanding of your machine learning. They have given some terminologies. If you I have covered all the terms here in my particular first part of the video, so you can go and check out this particular first video and you can come back here again to watch this video. So in the second chapter they have covered the whole project here, and in the upcoming chapter they have took one classification, or they made you understand about classification, regression, and about the modeling they have used in chapter 2. So basically you got me right. So in the chapter 2 they have done whole project, and in the upcoming chapters they are trying to correlate the chapter 2 with all the chapters, right? So yeah, let me first go to the chapter 2 to show you what the basic project is. So as you can see here, chapter 2 is end-to-end machine learning project. So basically it is given that there's a main step in which you have to go through before going for making a project here. So first you have to look at the big picture, like what you are going to make, what are the data insights you are going to take out from that particular project. So look at a big picture from there, then get the data. The data can be in CSV format, it can be from the website, it can be from Excel sheet, everything's accepted here. And in the third point it is given that discover and visualize the data to gain insights. It means some of the libraries are there in Python, such as Matplotlib, Seaborns, and there's lot more. PyPlot is also there, you can use PyPlot for interactive graphs also, and lot more are there. You can go and explore those libraries. In the fourth point they have given prepare the data for machine learning algorithm. It means prepare the data means you have to see all the features, and you have to take care of null values also. Then again in the fifth point they have given a select a model and training. In model they are mentioning you have to select a model like linear model, decision tree. That's the model they are telling, and you have to train that particular model with the data set you have chosen here. And then fine tune your model. Fine tune means you have to do the hyperparameter tuning there. And the seventh point is present your solution. The presenting your solution is in the form of graphical representation. If this is done on the graphical representation, because if somebody doesn't know about data science and they doesn't know about what is classification is there, what is regression is there, so to make them understand very easily we use graphical representation, right? And in the eighth part they have given launch, monitor, and maintain your system. So yeah, just launch the project. There are a lot of websites are there, you can go and launch it on that particular website. Streamlit is also there. You can use that particular Streamlit for launching your particular project. So let's see working with real data. So if you want to go through the particular free libraries or free Python libraries, everything, just go and read the documentation part of the Python. You can get to know from there. And if you want the data set of the particular anything, you can go through this thing like Kaggle dataset, you have Amazon AWS dataset, you have UC even machine learning repository. You can go and get the free datasets from here. You can lot of links are given, you can go and check out from there. And so yeah, basically what they are doing is they are trying to here in this chapter they chose the California house price dataset from the StatLab repository. As you can see in figure 2.1, here 2.1 figure is there. So California house prediction they are trying to do, and this dataset was based on data on 1990 California census. So it's not very recent, it's very old dataset. And yeah, they have mentioned here it's not exactly recent here. And so like let's see what they're trying to do here. So I'm not going to like explain you everything here in this particular chapter. I'm trying to make you a brief introduction about what are the things they have used here. I will try to cover chapter by chapter, then I will come back again to the chapter 2 in order to make you understand like what we have done this part in this chapter, so what they have done in that like I will go through the chapter and come back again to the chapter 2 in order to make you clear in the upcoming videos. So they have like as they have mentioned about the points, they are 7 point, look at the big picture, get the data. So they are trying to do the same thing, look at the big picture. So they are trying to tell that okay, we have a particular machine learning model and we have particular data set are there, and we are trying to like use something is useful insights, and we are seeing that like how's the like what is the basic housing price in the California till 1990 data sets are there. So yeah, till 1990 they're trying to get the latitude, longitude, everything. So frame the problem, they're trying to frame the problem here. And like if you don't know about pipelines is something like how we are trying to, if you have a like, let me give a very simple example. If I have a particular data set, okay, and I want to apply linear model, and then I want to apply like something scalar, like if I want to apply min max scalar. So in order to do so, first of all I have to do the min max scalar, then again I have to like give that particular data to the linear model in order to train that model with the linear model. Okay, so without doing so we can create a simple pipeline, and if you run the pipeline, it will like in the pipeline we can mention different tasks together, and just we have to call pipeline once and it will do all the tasks assigned inside a pipeline. You got me right? We have a box, and in that particular box we are giving all the operation, and once we call that pipeline, all the operations are sequentially organized, so it will be done one after one. So yeah, it's the basic pipeline we try to create here. Okay, and if you don't know about the what is classification regression, I have given a simple note here. So classification is something when we data returns a classified solution. Example, like if it is a boy or a girl, 0 or 1, it's a classification problem. If it's try to if we try to return a discrete value here, like in this particular example we are trying to predict the price in California. Okay, pricing house of a price in California. So we are trying to predict the price. Price is a discrete value, right? So it's basically a regression problem. You got me right? And if you don't know about this type of learning, supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, in the chapter 1 I have like given a very good example, and you can go and check out that particular first video and you can learn from there. And like let me give you a simple example here. So supervised learning, in supervised learning we try to give the like a value, like instance and target variable also. Like if we have something called features and something called target, so we try to in the like in the childhood we used to learn everything, what's your name. So if someone like in childhood, myself also, like everyone has done the same thing. They used to muck up the like questions, the usually asked question, like what is your name. So we try to respond our name, my name is Ravi. So yeah, exactly the same thing here. So my name is Ravi is a target thing, and the instance, the value which you are giving, the feature we are giving is what is your name. So if someone asks you what's your name, you have to respond through the target value. So we are doing the same thing in supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is the same as clustering, making cluster and like differentiating between them. And reinforcement learning is totally based on like penalties and awards. So machine do good, so he will get a reward, otherwise he will be punished. Yeah, that's all. And if we go below, so if you want to predict the best performance of a model, so it can be done by RMSE. So root mean square error. What basically root mean square error is, it's just simply, if you want to use RMSE, so you can directly use from the scikit-learn dot matrices, you can export root mean square error value, and from there you can check the particular model values, so that how much error given by the model. And this is the basic formula for that RMSE. Let's go down and see what next we have to do. So it's the same thing. Let me go back to the index and let me check. So what are the things we need to cover next? So in the second chapter we have covered problem phrase, creating the workspace. Let's go get the data here. So it's all thing like you should have Python installed and everything prerequisites, like everything they have given here. So you don't need to read everything line by line, just all the important notes you should like know. So if you want to get the data, just let me open in the new tab so that you can see here. So everything is given in particular repository. So if you want to use this, so as you can see here, say end-to-end chapter 2 project is given here. You can go below, otherwise you can, I think you can use this particular project in Kaggle or in Colab. Yeah, you can open in Colab or you can open in Kaggle. So they have written the same code here, get the data and everything, and they have explained everything here. So without wasting time, like what they have written here, let me go through here. So what's the basic data set is there. So it's the setup. Okay, you don't need to care about this is the basic setup. So how they have get the data. So they like you can download the data set and you can use from the like localhost, and but here they have uses like uploaded this data set in a GitHub, and from the GitHub they are trying to extract the data set, and here from the URL they are fetching the data. And now as they have fetched the data, as the data is in like data frames, they have converted or into particular data frames, and now they have like load house data, and they have put this data into housing variable. So if we are seeing the housing head, we have longitude, latitude, median age, total room, total bedroom, population, household, median income, a median house value, and ocean proximity. This is the something data set is there. So yeah, as you can see that we have no null values here. So we have to print median house value. So yes, they from the matplotlib they have tried to plot some graphs here, like from matplot.pyplot as plt they have using housing dot, this is the housing. So housing is something variable that we have all the data stored in housing dot hist. So hist is a histogram, and here we are trying to plot this histogram. Figure of size is 20,15, and as we have shown here, histogram bin equals to 50 means all the possible like the thing or the data that can be drawn into histogram, it has been like it can be shown. And here from the numpy they are trying to do some slicing by using train and test split. So they have mentioned here from sklearn as train test split, you can use the same thing here. So they are trying to do by traditional method, it's not needed, you can directly use train test split from the sklearn. And if you want to do it in very simple manner, no, like if I have to like solve this problem, so what I have to do, so what I will do, let me show you, like let me tell you here. So this is the basic like problem here, right? And we have to predict this house value. So what I will do here, as I can see that longitude is in minus like it is on a scalar quantity, so I can use like standard scalar in order to like minimize the value in like in a particular range. So min max scalar range is -1 to 1. So in the longitude section I can use min max scalar, in the latitude section I can use min max scalar, it's not a very big deal. And if you can use min max scalar everywhere, otherwise like I can use min max scalar, I can use standard scalar. So I can use min max scalar in longitude, latitude, house, median age, because the number are bigger than like so it can give me an error. So I can use longitude, latitude, house, median age, total room, total bedroom, population, household, and median income. And median house value is a particular target variable, so we have to detach this column from the dataset. And we don't need this ocean proximity, so we can drop this ocean proximity. After that I can do one thing, I can go down here and I can just directly after using some scalar technique I can check for the null values, and I have checked already that I don't have any null value. I will directly go and trying to like use some kind of model, and I can train this particular data in from, I can use a train test split and split the training data set and testing data set, and I will put that data inside some modeling model inside the model, and I will train the data set to the model and see how much accuracy I am getting if I will try more than 2 or 3 models, and I can use cross val score in order to get the like maximum output, that how much maximum value or how much maximum output I can get from the particular model. So yes, and I think yeah, that's all. In the pipeline I have explained you what is pipeline. So here you are using preparation, full pipeline, feature selection, top feature selection, SVM regression. So they are trying to do the feature selection and SVM modeling in the same pipeline. So yeah, as you can see here, we have pipeline, we have preparation, we have done all the preparation in one pipeline, and we are linear regression in this linear pipeline. If you try to run this whole thing, this will do one, like we don't have to write the single program for everything. It's like a function here, everything is given the same. They have mentioned like if you want to use Jupyter notebook, you can go to Jupyter, then you can create an Python 3 program and you can start like they have, like basically they are trying to introduce Jupyter notebook in chapter 2, so that if the people are not familiar with Jupyter notebook, they can get familiar with this Jupyter notebook. And they're doing the same thing. They, whatever they have written the code here, just trying to explain in a very bit by bit manner, like how they download the data set here. They take a, like let's take a quick look at the data stream. It's a data frame, like what the info method will do here, and everything they are doing the same here. As you can go and read the whole thing if you want, but I have given a brief introduction about this chapter 2. And in the chapter 3, let's see what is in chapter 3. So sorry, chapter 3, let me go to the index page. In the chapter 3 is classification. So in this chapter 3 we are going to know about the classification. Let me give you a hint what the chapter 3 is about. So in the chapter 3, so MNIST is like basically we call it as a MNIST dataset, and MNIST dataset is like a hello world program for a data science. And what hello world program is like, so MNIST is a dataset where we have 1,000, like we have more than 1,000 datas are there, like they are handwritten data, and like it's a value like 5 3 1, it's like it's 0 to 9, some single digits are there. And it's a classification wise they have given the classification as topic, because we are trying to explore this MNIST dataset, and we are trying to use Jupyter notebook in order to like train the model of like this MNIST. We are trying to use this MNIST dataset, and we are trying to apply some classification like modeling, and try to get the accuracy from that particular model. So yeah, in the chapter 3 we're gonna look into that, and in the chapter 4 we are going to do like linear regression, logistic regression, and yeah, it's all about algorithm. Chapter 5 is SVM, all those things. So yeah, it's all about chapter 2. If you want to, if you have any doubt, you can go and comment down below. I will try to respond you as soon as possible. And yeah, if you like this particular video, give us a thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.